live with it, dip it down, go live with it. What up, though? 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 I'm Wawa, and I'm so happy that y'all back here at my channel to watch these Masked Singer recap review situations. Sorry that I've been kind of like low energy. I have been at the last one I had to record with somebody else in the house with me, and I hate doing that because I do this because, me and y'all, we got a connection. But, just because we live in the same house as each other don't mean I want to do my job in front of you. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I was just trying to keep it low. And I also don't like being disruptive because I be trying to be considerate. So, I just don't like being all rowdy and rambunctious all the time. But I'm at home by myself today. Well, at the moment. And yeah, I can get loud and we can really talk about this and we can really, 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 really get into it. See, this is the thing about my braids. All right, there we go. So this week it was Group B again, and we had another wild card for Group B. Now, mind you, I feel like they usually do these like Group A, like 4 groups maybe. But I don't know if they just split them in half this time and they just downsizing it. I'm not sure. I didn't see a preview for next week or anything like that because, as y'all know, I watch it on Hulu the next day, which is why I do these the next day. Usually, we're not gonna talk about last week. We're not gonna talk about it. If you watched the recap review for last week, you know why it took me till this week to do it. But first up in the show, we have Grandpa Monster, which this week I kind of liked it a little bit better. They let all of the rest of the group go first before they let the wild card go, which it was kind of cool. I kind of like the wild card going in the middle the last time because it was like a shake up kind of thing. He went in the middle the last time, right? Am I making that up? No, he went last too. Interesting. Made that up. I'm sorry. But I think they could have mixed them in there a little bit. But what they did add for the little bit of extra was kind of cool. So first up with the Grandpa Monster, he said that he usually hates his singing voice, that he was stranded in the wild before and cast away, and there was a boxer puppy in the clue package, and there was an airplane. Excuse me. There was an airplane, a yellow fast car. He said he's performing in sold out arenas. There was headphones as if he was like a podcaster or a gamer or something like that. And the song that he performed was I don't give a damn what you that song. He performed that by Joan Jett. And he was talking. I think that's the white people's scapegoat for not being able to sing like it is for what the hell? Why do you just want to be on me so bad? I did just watch this, so it's probably like being magnetic. But with black people who can't sing, or people who are rappers or something like that on Masked Singer, they usually give them a rap song, which we'll get to in a minute. Kind of like I always mention this, but when Bow Wow was the frog, no vocals, no singing, just straight up rap performances, and just give them your personality. Just give it all to the people through performance. I'm sorry, my hands look a little ashy. I don't like that. But yeah, people, they usually give them, some sort of rap song, and in this case I felt like they did that with him too, but they just gave him the a rock song that was easy to just like kind of talk sing. And so yeah, he did that, which was fine. It wasn't super electrifying, but it was entertaining. And the challenge this week for the Masked Singers was to show us their first crush. So the men in black that work at the Masked Singer studios, they went to everybody's house and bust down their wall from when they were a kid and they are showing us people's first crush. So Grandpa Monster's first crush was is The Rock. Now, there was also like an album cover. I mean, an album on there with an old school car on there, but I don't think that had anything to do with anything. And so, with Grandpa Monsters first crush being The Rock, it kind of puts you in a little bit of a position because you're like, okay, is he a part of the LGBTQIA plus community, or is this a joke, or is this like a clue, like to really tell us who you are? We just didn't know. I mean, at that point it was kind of like up in the air, but the judges guessed Kevin Hart because Ken said nobody loves The Rock more than Kevin Hart, which is hilarious because they have the most interesting and I put the interesting in quotation marks because I actually mean lucrative bromance I have seen. And somebody else guessed Jack Black, and Nicole guessed Jake Paul. Now, I was on board with the Jack Black comparison just because a little bit just because of the voice, because like I said, he didn't do a bad job at the talk singing, but Jack Black is like a gritty, like yelly, like singer, and it's real just and kind of brood. It's interesting. If you ever seen School of Rock, you know how Jack Black sings. He has a band called Tenacious D. I feel like a lot of that type of stuff we would have seen in his Clue package, and that's probably why that was a bad guess. But the career is so extensive. This Clue package could have been way more elaborate if it was Jack Black or even Kevin Hart. And then Jake Paul. Now this is a person that is on YouTube I do not watch. So I don't really know much about this person, and I was a little bit like, I think but I can't remember between him and his brother which one it was that went to the suicide garden in Japan. Excuse me, who went to the garden in Japan. I'm sorry to bring this back up and shake you if it shook you. I'm sorry. But all I can remember is one of them brothers went there and did that inappropriate thing. So I was never a fan prior to, and then learning that it was like, I can't remember which one is which, so I'm not even gonna start trying to follow. Like, I wasn't interested. I'll put it like that. So next up we have Grandpa Monster and Piglet are beefing apparently, and the clue was this was not the first fight that Grandpa Monster has picked. In the beginning of Grandpa Monster's performance, and in the he rips up a picture of the piglet, and then they show kind of like a little clip of them beefing in between these performances. So next up we do have the piglet. This little costume is so cute. And so in his Clue package, we had a football. It was kind of set in a locker room. There was a dry erase board that said, "Don't be a ball hog." And then on the bottom of it, it said 3528 rushing. Now, football, locker room, ball hog, and the word rushing all give me I play a sport vibes, just as in general. And then if we want to get specific, the fact that there was a football and the word rushing makes me feel like this person has something to do with football. Now, they may be a football player. They may have been in a football movie that is popular. It's so much that could be going on. Then they even like go to another part of the Clue package where the piglet is playing football against somebody who is wearing a gold helmet with a horse on the front. Can't tell if it's a Bronco or, I can't tell what kind of horse it is. But what we do know it is a horse. So right, I couldn't tell you if well, it's somebody who got a beef with the Denver Broncos. Like I can't do that because I can't tell if that's really a Bronco or not. And so the song that they sung was "Good to Be Alive," which I had never heard that song before, and it was cute. I like that. I'm gonna have to go find the real one. And his first crush was Meg Ryan. Now, Meg Ryan is the lady from the "You Had Me at Hello" movie, right? I know I will Google in the middle of this and not have a problem. Meg. Oh, she was almost a Sagittarius. Which, John Mellencamp. All right. Is she still married to him right now? Oh, no. Oh, wait. Is she married to him right now and wasn't? Oh, Dennis Quaid. Okay. Yes, When Harry Met Sally, right? That's or You've Got Mail. One of them is the You Had Me at Hello movie, and that's the lady they call her the queen of rom-coms. But Meg Ryan was the Piglet's first crush, which makes me feel like he is about, based on the voice, he don't sound old, but having a crush that's Meg Ryan kind of put him a little bit older for me, but the voice don't give me that age range. Like for another character, another one of the singers, his crush made sense for who I think he is. And I also realized I never really tell y'all my guess on who the person is, and I'm sorry. I do be having some guesses sometimes. For Grandpa Monster, I be writing them down on the side of my notes. But for Grandpa Monster, my personal guess was either Johnny Knoxville, a comedian, or a podcaster. And Johnny Knoxville is both Johnny Knoxville and a podcaster, and he's funny. So that was my guess for Grandpa Monster. But back to the Piglet. I really am not sure. I don't have anyone just top of mind right now. But the judges said JC Chazet, Austin Mahone, and Jonathan Knight. Now, JC Chazet, NSYNC, the Kelly Rowland. He is the Kelly Rowland of NSYNC. Like if you would stick your neck that far out to say that Justin Timberlake is the Beyonce of NSYNC, it is very, 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 very understandable if you said JC Chazet was the Kelly Rowland of NSYNC. And beautiful voice, all of that, fairly unproblematic, unlike you know who. And then Austin Mahone, he is a pop singer, and he had a song that I think I like, but Shawn Mendes, Austin Mahone, Hunter, all of them boys got real mixed in for me. And it's hard for me to pick them out of a lineup, especially just by their names and then put the face. Jesus. And then Jonathan Knight was a member of New Kids on the Block. And Jenny, child, and she married to one of the New Kids, so she know all of them by heart. She can probably smell them from where she's sitting, where he is on the stage. So she think it's him, child, might be. But she be wrong every time she think it's one of them homeboys, though. That's the joke, for real. So yeah, I'm not really sure about the Piglet. I don't really have a guess. I think he's a football player or someone who was in a popular football movie, like and not even a popular football movie, but like his character probably played football in the movie, like the nigga from the guy from John Tucker Must Die. But I haven't seen no Desperate Housewives. His name Jesse Metcalf. Was he on here? I think he probably was already on. No, he was on Dancing with the Stars. But I didn't see no Desperate Housewives clue, so I don't think it's him. But you know what I'm saying? Somebody like that. Somebody who is fairly young. I was about to guess somebody else, but that man passed away. It can't be him. I don't know. We're working on it. We'll get to the bottom of this by the end of the season, I'm sure. Next up, we have the Black Swan, which I am starting to dig a little bit deeper and hear a few more things that might have me clinging to a guess. But the black swan and the white swan, she was saying that she wanted to pay homage to the person who basically made all of the sacrifices for her to have the career that she had. And there was like the little like Libra scale thing, kind of like the visualization was like one of us became more important than the other one, like, you know, things got more heavy for the other one, or this singer just might be a Libra. Okay, might be a Libra. um then they show that they broke up, so the black swan broke the white swan's heart, so they had some sort of separation. And then there was a nickel and a penny, which is number 6, gives us 6. And they brought the nickel and the penny back too, like they circled it back around real quick. So yeah, I'm not sure about the clue package relating to the person in whom I think wields the voice that is inside of the black swan. However, I don't know everything about everybody. And this just might be new stuff to me too. But she performed In My Blood, which I first heard on the 4. Vincent sung it on the 4. I still have never heard the original version of this song because I keep hearing people cover it and kill it. Like Vincent snaps. And the Black Swan also ate it up. No crumbs left. No crumbs. No crumbs. Ate it. Sang it down. But her first crush was D'Angelo. And that's very interesting to me because the person in the suit sounds like the person in the Black Swan costume sounds like they listen to a lot of R&B. Just the vocal tone, the ability, the agility. Homegirl don't sound like it's that hard for her to do what she's doing, which really, really supports my guess. However, you know, we'll see who it is by the time it's all said and done. I personally, before I tell you the judges' guesses, I personally think that it might be JoJo of Get Out Leave fame. I think I told y'all that the last time. I think I said that the people on the internet heard it, but I still wasn't hearing it in that last performance. But she did a few things in this performance that was like, did you do that? Okay, girl. That might be my girl. That's where I was with it. But the judges' guesses were Ashley Simpson, Demi Lovato, Lindsay Lohan. Now, you know Ken had to pay. We said no Lindsay Lohan, no Jamie Foxx. We said that. So you know you gotta pay. You know you have to pay. Ashley Simpson, I'm still kind of like on her because personally, I can't even like Demi Lovato. I know that she sings the house down for, you know, for a lot of in certain people's opinions. They really, really love Demi Lovato's voice. So I can definitely see that. I can see that, but I know she is not. I don't think that that's her. I'm putting it like that. I don't think that's her. Ashley Simpson, her from what my memory serves me up right now, I'm remembering her voice being very like endless, but it like, you know, I don't remember her having like, you know what I'm saying, I don't remember her having that much power behind her voice like the Black Swan does. So and then I'm just not even gonna go there to the Lindsay Lohan thing because no. But next up we have the Chameleon. I like the Chameleon. I feel about the Chameleon like I felt about the Thingamajig, and y'all wouldn't even know how I felt about Thingamajig, because I wasn't even doing this. But I love the Thingamajig, and I loved how smooth his voice was, and I love that he was all like tall and giving presents and all that. And the chameleon is doing the same thing, like giving presents. He's not singing, he is rapping, he is giving us very much Bow Wow as the frog. But I was getting closer to who this may be today when I was watching it. So the clues for the chameleon, it says that he's all about embracing his uniqueness and the uniqueness of others. There was a wedge of cheese and a graduation cap. So that means he probably could have went to school in Wisconsin or cheese university, cheese graduation. I don't know. I'm still trying to really put it together. There was a taxi with 2 peaches on it though, which that usually gives us "you from Atlanta" clue. And there was, he said that he was helping his sister embrace her uniqueness. There was a dress form with the measuring tape. So either someone's a tailor or someone's really into fashion. Either his sister or it's him. He lost that person, and the person wasn't always able to show who they truly were. So now he is an advocate for people being able to live in their truth and live out their true colors. And there was a paintbrush with the pride colors, which could be a chameleon thing, but I also think it's a pride thing. And because they definitely said proud, and I'm like, okay, well, it's paint colors, rainbow, pride sounds like pride to me. So I'm just trying to put the clues together, man, just like everyone else is. I'm not, I'm no Jacques Clouseau or nothing. No, I'm just trying to work it out, just like everyone else. And so yeah, he spoke 21 questions. No, I'm not gonna play him like that because he did sing it a little bit. Because when he got to the girl, it's easy to love me now. Would you love me if I was down? I was like, okay, I see you out here. I see you. I'm not sure. So the first crush for him, they literally brought out the whole wall, went to the house, knocked it down, went back in time, knocked the wall down, cut it out, brought it to the thing, put it on wheels, and rolled it out there. And his had Selma Hayek on it. And he said he like hot women. So that's why it's Selma Hayek. And I can't be mad. That is a bad. Okay, she been bad for a long time. And I really don't think she ever took no breaks. She been bad for a long time. And so Ken made an interesting guess. Now, on the taxi, there was a taxi with the peaches on it. One place that's known for taxis that, like the number one place for taxis is is freaking New York, right? And Ken's guess was a former Nick. So I was like, okay, that makes sense. I just want to know what college, if college, because he is from Illinois, but none of that gave us Illinois. But I do know that they live. He went to Georgia. He went to Georgia Tech. He went to college in Georgia. And his first team he ever played on was in New York. The taxi with the peaches. And it's 2 peaches. Iman Shumpert is also the father of 2 daughters. Those could be his little peaches. But this chameleon would have to be tall than a mug in order to be Shump, because Shump is what, 6'10", 6'5". Well, I guess he don't got to be that tall. 6'5" is tall, but it ain't that tall, child. My man's taller than that. But yeah, 6'5" is tall, so that chameleon would have to be a pretty tall guy. He also said Dwayne Wade. Now, Dwayne, if you really know Dwayne, his name is spelled Dwayne. Dwayne. He is from Illinois as well, but he went to Marquette. And I really feel like if this was Dwayne Wade, his clues would be more so based around family um and sports and his new job as an anchor, maybe his friendship with Brian or maybe like how he met Gabby. Like I feel like it would not have been a clue package of I lost someone very close to me but I'm all about helping people embrace their uniqueness. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's D Wade. I don't think it's D Wade. I think that one's a real stretch and a reach. And finally, one of my favorite rappers was one of the guesses, 2 Chainz. They think that the chameleon is my dog 2 Chainz. Now, another thing about my Uncle Chainz here. I'm a Tawheed. Tawheed, there he go. My Uncle Tawheed, let me see how tall he is. My Uncle Tawheed 6'5" too. 6'5" as well. 2 Chainz is 6'5" as well. So could be, but even still, that clue package is not him. He definitely has lost some people close to him. But most recently, the biggest loss that I've known that my uncle has gone through is one of his twin uncles passed away. Hey, whoever is in this live, what's up? I really wasn't expecting nobody to be here. Hey. But yeah, one of his twin uncles passed away, and I don't think that clue package would have been like a tribute to him. So yeah, no on the 2 Chainz. I don't think that's 2 Chainz either. But we had our wild card. We made it to the wild card. We made it to the wild card. We made it to the wild card. So this week, the wild card is the crab. Now, with the crab, we see him come out and he got his little song playing, and I'm like, okay, this is a cute costume. I was getting big Timatoa vibes. If you know, you know. If you haven't seen Moana, what are you doing? Exit this live, go to Disney Plus, watch Moana, then come back and then be like, wow, I got your Timatoa reference. All right. And then, so they give us the clue package, of course. And in the clue package, he said that his dreams came in a flash. Everybody wanted to be him globally. He said tragedy and darkness follows his family. There was a broken mirror. They were repairing his claws. And there was a calculator with the numbers 2 and 3 on it. And of course, that's 5. We got the 2, and then we got the 3, and then 5. And then there was a Mona Lisa painting. And there was the butterfly. And then I can't remember who that was with the blue face. It wasn't Gladys Knight, because Gladys Knight was the bee. Gladys Knight was a bee. I can't remember who this was, but I want to say it was another like legendary Black person who was in that costume. I just can't remember who they were at this moment. But they performed Ain't No Sunshine, right? It said this song is dedicated to the people that have gone before him. He said he experienced a lot of loss, right? And then you hear this voice. You hear this voice that you know is very familiar. It is so deep and gritty. And I said gritty before, but like this, the soul is in this man's voice. And this is a person, because I already think I know who it is. And, but based on who I think it is, this person has a voice that we don't often give him credit for, but we love his voice. Like, we love his songs, we love his voice, but so many other things have gone awry in this person's life that we never take a minute to say, but them vocals though. We never do that. So they had to bring out his first crush. They brought the wall all the way to the Masked Singer stage, and it has Janet Jackson on it. And I'm like, all right, okay. Now, I'm gonna be completely honest and tell you that I did not come to my conclusion before I heard these guesses. But when I tell you, this is a time where being off the wall has come in handy for these judges. I'm gonna tell you. So the person's crush was Janet Jackson. Now he said this him and Janet Jackson grew up together on Good Times. Now, this could mean a couple things. This could mean that he was the exact same age as Janet Jackson playing Penny and was watching it, you know what I'm saying, as it was happening. This could also mean that he has just always been a stan ever since Good Times. It could mean so many things. So we get to the guesses, and excuse me, Ken says Bobby Brown, and everybody was kind of like, okay, I can see that. And Robin was like, but he said there were fish in the clue package, so I'm gonna keep going with the fish thing, the fish theme, and go and say he also has fish in his name. I'm gonna say Johnny Gill, also in New Edition. Woo, 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 right? Now we have to take a mother pause because obviously it's Bobby Brown. He couldn't say that Whitney was his first crush because one, his career was started prior. Well, his career was going on like before Whitney became Whitney, like, you know, but so that's why he used Janet Jackson. Now we also know Bobby Brown has a legendary Janet Jackson story that I'm not gonna get into on this live, but a legendary Janet Jackson story that we don't even know is necessarily true, but nonetheless, Janet Jackson story. Him saying that tragedy and darkness follows his family, and that he's lost very important people close to him. Bobby Brown has lost his ex-wife, his daughter, and his son have all passed away. The repairing of the claws, that is kind of like, to me, that shows me like him trying to repair his self and his relationships, and like because he has always been such a polarizing person to the people who had to interact with him that that I can see him having to do a lot of self-work in order to be tolerable nowadays. You know what I mean? So and then the 5 New Edition is a 5-man band. And the Broken Mirror, the reason why I think it's a clue, I really hope that that's not why he used it. And the fish, being Bobby Brown was filmed, a huge part of it was filmed at Atlantis. Like the memorable parts filmed at Atlantis, which is an underwater fucking, what am I trying to say, kingdom turned into a resort with a dog ass aquarium. But I don't know, that last one might be a reach, but the rest of that, no, we might. And then because after he said Bobby Brown and it all started to make sense to me, I had to go back and listen, and the voice, like the voice, the like the sound, and then like the pain and all that is Bobby Brown. I don't know who else that could be. Okay, y'all know I really feel strongly about that. I talked about that for a long time. But when we got to the unmasking, we came to the who is the worst performance of the night. Honestly, he was gonna go home anyway because he the only person who didn't give it to us, because the chameleon, even with his 21 questions and he was rapping and you know what I'm saying, he was in it. Like, he was in it. So he was really giving it to us. Grandpa Monster did too, but he ain't kill chameleon. He ain't do it. He ain't even killed a piglet while he having beef and things. But we came out with the first impression guesses. We got the first impression for Robin, which was Johnny Manziel, on which he doubled down. Jenny said Morgan Freeman. Better not have doubled down on that, but she said it's The Miz, which is a person, like I told y'all before. I do not know who that is. I think he is a UFC fighter. And then Ken's guess was Emmett Smith. He did not double down on that. He changed his answer to Kevin Hart, which was dumb. Because we already determined why this couldn't be Kevin Hart. But he also, I believe, was the person who said Jack Black. And I feel like that was a better way to go. It wasn't him who said Jack Black. Somebody else said it. But I would have stole that answer before I said Kevin Hart. I say that. Nicole's first impression was Cam Newton, and she said, no, I am going to change it. She said, because when we discussed Grandpa Monster during after his performance, she said Jake or Logan Paul. Apparently there's two, they're brothers. So she guessed the very last minute, Jake Paul. Boom, I'm going to say Jake. And my guess was Jack Black. I did say that, but that was me being, before I thought about it. That was where I thought about it, because it would have been so many other clues in there if it was Jack Black. I'll just say that. But they did the whole, who are you? Who. They did that whole thing. They did all of that. And took the thing off. And it was Logan Paul. And I was just like, whew, how underwhelming. I thought we had big celebrities on here. I thought this was a game-changing season. I don't care. He could have stayed in that suit, but off this show. That was such a letdown. I was like, okay. Like, for how shocked I was last week, and then for this to be what it was yesterday, I was like, okay, girl. So, yeah. What's happening next week? That's how I felt about it. Because I was just like, I wasn't excited. I literally I screamed when I saw Danny Trejo. Screamed. So much so, like I told y'all, my mom was like, what was you up there screaming about? Danny Trejo. But yeah, Logan Paul, I guess if y'all love him, then this was probably super duper exciting. Or if you even are more aware of him than I am, you were probably like, oh, that's crazy, Logan, or whatever. But because you see, I keep having to look at my paper to make sure that I'm saying it's the right person. Yeah, Logan Paul. So that was cool, I guess. But I'm excited for next week, and I'm excited for the people to realize that that the crab is Bobby Brown. I can't wait to see that. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, and whoever that was that popped in and wanted to be my one viewer, thank you so much. I wish you had said something. I probably would have gave you something. But I'm really excited that you guys came and watched this. Sorry that this one was so long, but it's getting a little bit more intense. It's getting a little bit more deep, and I'm having a little bit more ideas of my own. So we gonna start diving into that. But thank y'all so much. I love y'all. Appreciate you. Make sure you come back next week. We will be recapping and reviewing episode 5. We're working on consistency here, y'all. I'm trying. Love you.